Hey, here we are. We're finally towards the end of our story. We are entering Act 3 at this point, which is going to be where things begin to resolve. And you know what's amazing about storytelling is we've been doing this since the dawn of humans, right? Since we've been here, we've been telling stories to one another. Here's the amazing thing about stories, though, is that the power to transform happens when you're able to share your story. Because it transitions from being a thought or an imagination to tradition, to something that is deeper and more meaningful and more resounding. And that's my hope for what we're going to do here in the third act of our storytelling. Here's the thing. We're going to do this through journaling. I'm not asking you to go and share what you've written here with anybody else. I mean, it'd be awesome if you put your project in so we can share your journey with you. But I am going to do, and what we are going to do is to kind of create an internal audience through journaling that will allow you to share and affirm your story. A lot of the therapeutic modalities that deal with trauma, that deal with really difficult experiences that we've went through, the main intent of those therapeutic models is about giving you your story and helping you own it again. And I want to specifically draw on some of the techniques from EMDR that focuses on resourcing. I feel like that's actually the most powerful piece to the entire therapeutic model. I mean, the whole thing is fantastic, but resourcing, I think, is the bread and butter of it, because what it does and what we're going to do here is take a moment to create archetypes or create a team inside of your mind that can resource you and give you tools to manage and walk through this story in your moments, right? So here's what I want you to do. We're going to bring 3 people onto your internal team. We want a nurturer, right? We want a person that creates safety and protection for you. And then we want a wise counsel. We want somebody who's very wise. So let me walk you through it. And then let's go ahead and do that. Let's start with nurture. And so what I want you to do is bring up in your mind maybe a real person or imaginary person. Maybe it's somebody that you saw in a movie that epitomizes what nurture means to you, what ideal is for you when it comes to nurture. I want you to just hold that person in your mind for a second and just think of them. I want you to just take a moment, close your eyes, and imagine that person sitting next to you, just filling up your cup with nurture, filling you up, right? Until you feel like your cup is over full of just being protected, being nurtured, okay? So I just want you to take a moment, pause this video, and just imagine yourself there until you feel like, hey, my cup is full. All right, once you do that, you can press play, and I'll tell you what to do. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to your journal, and I want you to note, what does that feel like? What are you noticing when you're full of being nurtured? Who was that person that you highlighted? And just kind of get acclimated with that member of your team. All right. So let's move forward. After you journal that, let's move forward and do the same thing for protection. I want you to bring up a real person or imaginary person. Maybe it's a movie character, maybe it's a book character, but that epitomizes protection and all the protective qualities that you see is absolutely crucial. I want you to bring up that person, close your eyes, or just zone out and imagine that person standing behind your back, just making sure nothing is attacking you from behind. They're making sure your way in front is prepared. You feel shielded, you feel protected, you feel like nothing can touch you because of what that person is able to provide for you. And I want you to, again, pause the video, and when you feel like you are full and fully protected, unpause, and we're gonna note again in your journal what you're noticing. Okay, so again, write down what you're noticing, write down who that person is. So last one is I want you to imagine, real or imaginary, a wise counsel. somebody that always knows the right thing to say, that knows how to speak to you, how to build you, that always has wisdom. And I want you to imagine yourself sitting across the table, having a cup of coffee with this wise person, and they're just filling your cup with insight, with intelligence, with knowledge, with understanding. And I want you to just take a moment, imagine yourself being filled up with that. And once you're finished and you feel yourself full, unpause, and we're going to note that down. Okay, so let's note that down. Let's highlight that. And now we have a team, we have an audience, we have people that have different qualities to offer you in these given moments. So here's what I'd like you to do. I want you to bring the story, the hero, the problem, your understanding of how you change and how you're disarming the story, you deconstructed it, you're putting pieces back together. And I want you to share that with the people in your audience, with the people that you highlighted in this process. And I want you to note like what their opinions or thoughts, what's their encouragement, what's their insight that they might have to offer you as you're writing through that. And let's pull up our 3-act structure. And I want you just to note a couple thoughts about what you're noticing and what that leaves with you. Okay? Yeah. And feel free to write in more than just 2. You can write as many items as you need, because here's the idea. You're going to be carrying these thoughts and these reflections with you throughout the day. Throughout the day, you can just kind of reflect on this and just mull through these thoughts that you've kind of imparted. So there it is. That's the effort, and as a conclusion, honestly, you can walk through this entire process within a 15-minute window first thing in the morning when you journal. But it does give you that opportunity to vomit on the page, be completely honest, find yourself, figure out what you really want, understand the pieces of your story and deconstruct the things that may not be true and the things that are true. Then bring what you're understanding to your audience, bring it to the support system that you've created, and allow that pouring, allow them to pour back into you what the best quality of nurturing, protection, and wisdom might be for you as you walk through that. And then close your journal, leave it all there, and take with you for the rest of the day your thoughts and reflections and how you'll continue to walk boldly throughout your day. So we are grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Who's we? It's only me. I'm grateful you're here and that we had this opportunity to connect. Feel free to take a look at my other Skillshare courses. They're really built to integrate action and productivity with honoring your true core self. All right, take care, guys.